Have you ever stopped to think that the banana in your fridge probably came from a farm in Ecuador? Or the phone in your hands has parts from 6 different countries? Or that t-shirt you're wearing? It was most likely stitched together in a factory in Bangladesh. What does all this mean? It means you're part of international trade every single day without even realizing it. International trade is actually a simple idea. Countries exchange goods and services with each other, and each country gives what it's best at and gets what it doesn't have enough of. It's like a giant global swap game. But this story didn't start today. For thousands of years, people have been trading with each other, from camels carrying spices from India to Middle East, to ships bringing silk from China to Europe. Trade has always been a part of human history. If you flip through the pages of history, you'll rarely find a name more feared than the Mongols, a nomadic tribe that rose from the cold steppes of Mongolia in the 13th century and set the world on fire. Their army moved faster than the wind and was more ruthless than any enemy history had ever seen. China, Iran, Central Asia, even the gates of Eastern Europe, all shook under the hooves of Genghis Khan's horses. But this isn't just a story of destruction. What many people don't know is that the same Mongols conquered the nation with swords, accidentally opened up trade routes between East and West. For the first time in history, from the far east of Asia to Eastern Europe, a huge area was united under one rule, the Mongol Empire. And what did that mean? Safe roads. It meant caravans could travel thousands of kilometers without fearing bandits or war. The Silk Road, that legendary route connecting China to the Middle East and Europe, boomed under Mongol rule like never before. The Chinese traded silk, tea, and paper. The Persians sent carpet and spices, and the European offered gold, silver, and knowledge. During this same time, Marco Polo, the famous Venetian trader and explorer, set off from Venice to China and wrote a travel book that later inspired all of Europe. If the roads hadn't been safe, he might have never made it back, and we might never have heard his stories from that golden age. So yes, the Mongols came with sword, but when the dust of war settled, they left behind a golden road, a road that forever connected East and West. And it's one of the most amazing chapters in the history of global trade. So if you think just politicians and economists shaped the story of trade, think again. Sometimes it was the fierce conquerors who, without even knowing, helped the future of trade. Now imagine a world where no country traded with another. No imports, no exports. What would life look like? Obviously, each country would have to produce everything on its own, from food and medicine to cars and smartphones. It means your smartphone might not even exist, or it would be so expensive you couldn't afford it. Forget about drinking coffee, it doesn't grow in every country. And some life-saving medicines might not be available at all. Even food would be a challenge. Imagine a country without a sea trying to grow its own fish. Or a country with freezing winters trying to grow tropical fruits all year round. It might be possible, but at what cost? It would be more expensive, slower, and lower quality. The truth is, no country can meet all its needs alone because resources are limited. So countries focus on what they do best, like agriculture, technology, or energy. They produce more than they need in that area and export the extra to countries that need it. In return, they import what they lack or can't produce efficiently. So trade makes the world connected. It makes countries depend on each other, and in the middle of competition, it brings cooperation.